If you want to have a seriously sexy body, do this 5-second ice twist before you go to bed tonight. You may not know this, but you can actually reduce your...
Good morning, kitten. Good morning, Vague. How are you, doll? Rough morning here, Sumster, to be honest. Wonderful world. What a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? We're really singing. Slingy, sorry. Yeah, Badgie. Rough. What a wonderful world.
Everybody gonna see it for yourself. Make the Kuleana Pono for help the out. You know, Pono. It's like kind of automatic kind of talk the stuff going. And you just gotta let them, and the stuff just waiting for when you ready.
Be right back. Passing by. They're threatening the old copyright situation, so we're going to do this. Excuse me.
I'm glad Eric's home. Together. Season turn under heaven. To everything, turn, turn, turn. A season, turn, turn, turn. Time, purpose, under heaven. Time to last. I swear I'm not too late. Bum, bum, bum. Gosh, where is it? Good morning. Whew.
Drinking warm water before bed
Stop
fixes
it.
tooth and
Stop
gum
it, I'm not
problems
talking to you
overnight.
anymore.
People are healing decay and repairing damaged gums every night as they sleep by adding one.
Such terrible commercials. Good morning. Short show today. Potential for a short show. What? Look at Pop's eyes. Look at me. I didn't sleep last night. Not 20 minutes. I got up. I kept working. I'm insomniac out today. I feel terrible when I'm telling the truth. I said, but we still have to do this wonderful tea crew. We can't just not show up. Vegas, thank you. I am a disaster this morning. And that's a bad thing to claim. I am going to be feeling better soon. Okay? I will be feeling better soon. Anyways, that's the truth. I'm not on Pop's energy this morning. We're still gonna hang in here and do what we can this morning. But give me 10 people, give me 5 people that say, Pops, if you're really ready to erp or ready to give up the business, you can cut it short today and you won't have to feel guilty. Sounds like there's about 5 or 6 of us woke up just like this, huh, Lainey? I don't have a migraine today. Felt good yesterday. Then I couldn't sleep last night. I have a lot on my mind. I found that out last night when I couldn't sleep very much. I have a lot on my mind. Oh, it's 97.7% of it is amazing. Do you ever get 2.3% stuff sneaks in there and you're like, it's the middle of the night, why am I thinking of this? Anybody ever get there? It's 2.3%. I was like, oh, sneaks in there. And you're laying there, go, where did that come from? I don't want to think about that. Let me get back on the 97.7. Trippy says it happens every night. Kieran, is that what it is? It's excitement? Could be. I honestly had I'm sorry that I keep telling you, because it's unusual for me. I usually, well, you know, Pops is here and popping. Pops ain't popping today. We're still ready to do a giveaway, though. I felt like, you know what? You know how it works? When you show up and you just do what you're supposed to do, you start feeling better anyways. Am I right, Semster? You just start feeling better anyways. And if you don't, at least you're impeccable. Am I right? At least you're impeccable. Your page was 98.5 the other day. Monday turned it around, good girl. Nerdy, it's true. You know what we used to say in the service? Suit up and show up. That's 95% of the game. Suit up and show up. The other 5% usually takes care of itself, Pops. Mr. Short Show. I bet you if we had to, we could call Brock in as a backup. But I give the guy a break. Since I couldn't sleep last night, it was unusual because then my eye is everywhere. What's happening around the house, right? Everywhere. He got up early this morning. Old Brocky Olio. Early. I was like, hey, wait. He's up early. Meanwhile, I'm laying there insomnia boy, right? What's he doing? He's downstairs in the lab cleaning, taking trash cans out, emptying cans and boxes, starting another round of grain, bringing Pops a micro. I'm not kidding you. It's one of the most busy. I need to not go to sleep anymore. The elves work all night long. They keep working when you're sleeping. I was really proud of him. I told him that this morning. I said, thanks for being all over it this morning. That's how I am every morning. No, it's not. That was a very unusual morning. Am I right? Yeah, Pops is usually right. Oh. An edible before bed would be really smart. All right. I'm going to ask... I love that kid. He's like, I like him like he's part of the T crew. It's weird. How about, let's do a true-false game. I want to do a giveaway here. I have a feeling if I give something away, I'll feel better. Has anybody give me 5 people? No, 10. I'd like 10 this time. 10 people that said, I give stuff away and it makes me feel better. Let's test it. Let's do an experiment. If you give stuff away, it'll make you feel better. Right, Kim? Kim said something really cute the other day. Actually, it always makes you feel better, right? Let's do that experiment. Should make me feel better. It better make me better, feeling better. Hey, before I do this, we're going to do a true false. Right, Mozzie? On Kimberly the Golden Bolden's IG. Kim, how come I just noticed this a couple of days ago? You know what she wrote? Like her little comment. I think it might be even on her picture, on her profile. Pretty neat saying. You know how there's no I in team. You know that one? It's a pretty good one. Every coach in the world used that. I used it. There's no I in team, right? Kim's taken it 2 steps further. There's no team without T. Get that one again? There is no team without T. Read what Kim just wrote there. That is outstanding, Wes. Nerdy. Simster. Trip. Mikey. Danny. Mozzie. Benny RX. Eric Greeny. Anthony. You guys know she nailed that one. It was perfect, right? Censored. And Karen, good morning. And Nitty Nat. And Jackie Cat. Exception. I freaking love that one. There is no team without T. Oh, are we turning into elitists now? Kim, that was a good one. Well done, my dear. I think everybody else agrees. Let's do it true or false. I'm going to read 3 statements. They could be true, they could be false. You'll decide. Right, MVP, that was a home run. There is no team without T. You know Kim can spell. That's the best thing about that whole saying. You're like, hey, that lady can spell. Okay? She's the brains of this operation. The whole operation, right, MVP? Okay. Speaking of MVP, if anybody ever swings by the old site, the old commercial time. If anybody ever swings by the old, the DetroitMushLab.com site, and they go through stuff and they look at stuff, and if they see anything that starts with uncles, it's an uncle sample supplement thing, starts with uncle, that's a key, that's a, excuse me, that's a code word. Maybe I'm getting sick. Oh no. If you see the word uncle in front of anything, there's one thing on there right now. That's a code word. That's a code word for MVP. He's our uncle. Okay? Oh, I know, censored. He's the uncle. He's kind of a brunkle. Uncle's Jack Frost. That's correct. Okay? He's the uncle over there. So if you ever see anything with uncle in front of it, know where it's coming from. And he's slaying it. There were 777 orders put in the last 7 days for Uncle's Jack Frost. Well done. So let's read those. Okay, commercial over. Just so you know. Isn't it nice to help? Isn't it nice to spread? Isn't it nice? You know what Sandman, one of Sandman's and my favorite saying is? There's a lot of room at the table. There's a lot of room at the table. Don't you hate people that want to own the whole table or think the table is all theirs? I'm not into that guy. There's a lot of room at the table. There's a big table. Be impeccable at the table and, man, you can eat here forever. There, what Badgie just said. Badgie just finished the commercial for us. Read what Badgie just said. In the meantime, can Pops get on with the game? Mike Barball is pull up a chair, fellas and gals. Okay. It is beautiful to have a table that fits everybody. I know so many people, it's like, no, this is mine's. Why don't they just say mine? Why do people say mines? That's so creepy. Ooh, this is mine's. They never just say mine. This is mine. Mine's. Precious. Nothing's precious except our purity. Mine's. This is mine's. You're creepy. Give it away. 3 statements. Okay. Trip and Vic, I'm pretty with you on that. Let's just call them something else. That's kind of a shortcut, isn't it? Okay. Gets a truer meaning, Mozzie. It's all minds. 3 statements, true or false. After I've read them, I'm going to look at my screen and you're going to answer them. The first 6 people to get them in the correct order, get them answered correctly, we'll move on to the spin to win round. I remember when I said nothing is precious? Getting into the spin to win round is really close to precious. The human brain has the potential to read almost 1,000 words a minute. True or false? Number 2, crossing your arms can reduce pain. True or false? And thirdly, you cannot tickle yourself. True or false? Go ahead and give me your answers, and I'm going to write down the first 6 and then call it out. Okay. Okay. It was awfully easy, it seems, because it looks like the first 8 people in the first 8 answers, first 8 people answered it correctly 6 times. Number 1, the human brain has the potential to read almost 1,000 words a minute. True. But the human brain is technically capable of processing 1,000 words. Most people average about 200. But we have the technical capacity for 1,000. Crossing your arms can reduce pain. True. A study in 2011 showed that crossing the arms at the wrist confused the perception of pain signals in the brain. So when you get handcuffed, arrested, they cross your wrist, right? No, they don't cross them, do they? If they'd only cross them. And then thirdly, you can't tickle yourself. True. Because the brain predicts the movement, and elements of surprise is a big part of what makes you ticklish. So you can't tickle yourself. So the answers were true, true, true. These were the 6 people that I saw. First 6 correct answers, or group of answers. Okay? Ladrand, Liddy Ladrand, number 1. RX1s, Mr. Smarty Artist, number 2. Red Boy, Mexican Red Boy, number 3. It's a good color. Kim, of course, Kimberly the Brains Bolden. You're going to be orange. So I should have said red, purple, green, orange. Nitty Nat. You snuck right into the group. You'll be the blue. And then Wes Smoke. He smokes them. Wessie Smoke, you're going to be the yellow. So those were the first 6 that I saw on my screen that were correct, even though many, many more of you got it correct. Here we go. Those were the first 6. It looks to me like Liddy Ladrand just nailed it. Ladrand. Boop. Laddie, this is what you won. That was fun. Somebody tell me, give me 5 people say, yeah, I didn't win, but it was fun. I didn't win, but it was fun. Lad. Okay, somebody learned something in there, I guarantee you. I think that's what it is, you guys. Pops is coming down with something. Here we go. This is one of the coolest stickers you'll ever get. It's coming from Sandman. That's his professor. Eric, stop trying to tickle yourself. It's not going to work. However, we have other ways of making you giggle. Chocolates also work. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Chocolates tend to do it as well. Get a hold of Carlotta. She'll let you know. Or they're over at the site. So we're going to give you 10 gigglers, okay? Card. This is one of those affirmation cards. I trust myself in the process of life. Mean it when you say it. The moment I am willing to change, it is amazing how the universe brings me what I need. Badgie knows. Badgie got me. Badgie played the long game. Oh, what else? We've got some wonderful ODPEs, 2 grams, a little over 2 grams worth. So we're sending you those pop caps, some ODPE, and some wisdom. A wisdom card. Self-affirmation. Laddie, do me a favor and get me your address at thedetroitmushlab.com, and we'll get that sent out to you. Eric, stop tickling. Stop trying to tickle yourself. Would you knock it off? It's not going to work. Eric, that's a completely different kind of tickle. Knock it off. I feel like you're Jesus Christ right now. Are you guys still hanging in here with me today? Eric, that is a completely different tickle. Jesus Christ in Australia. Okay? You don't call it a pickle tickle. That is wrong, Greenie. Wrong. Don't get Pop started on that subject, okay? Oh, you guys. Are we hanging in here okay? Is Pop's feeling better? Does it look like I'm feeling better? We're halfway through. Remember, in my brain, I was like, if I could get to 9:30, I'll be happy today. Let's try to go to 9:45. What do you guys say? Should we try to go to 9:45 and maybe stretch it to 10? We still have another thing to give away. Look at this. You seem a little more perky, see? So the experiment's working, right? You give something away, you feel better? I think that's what it is too, Greenie. You can do it, dang, baby says. I am happy, Marcy. I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted. Okay. If we only had 15 minutes left today, let me see what you guys are up to today. Where are your brains at? Do you guys want mycology or spirituology? Do you want me to read to you next up from my mycology book or from my spirituology book? Come on, you got 15 minutes left. Well, you know which way Pops would lean. I'm not saying out loud. Okay, it's called radical. It's not spiritual mycology. It's okay. The Slick Kitten said, "Screw this spirituology stuff, Pops. Just give us some myco, right?" All right, we're gonna do both. Pop's gonna make it. I'm gonna give you a little bit of both. There's a whole new section we haven't discussed that much on our mycology. And then we have to read a little more of the 4 agreements this morning. Do you guys want to help Pops feel better? If you do, if you really do, stick around so I could just read a little bit of that at myself and you guys listen. I have a feeling a lot of it's going to be read at myself today. If you guys stick around for that, I'll be happy. Okay? There's an area of mycology that we don't discuss very much. We do talk about growing it a lot. how to, all the different techniques, stuff like that. It's pretty neat. We'll continue to explore that all this year. But what say for the next week or so? What do you guys say if maybe for the next week or so we talk about what do we do with our fruit after it's been harvested? Some people, we dehydrate it and that's, boop, that's it. Is there other options? Is there other things we can do besides just dehydrate it or freeze dry it? What do you do with it? What's been done with it over the centuries? How does it get processed? There's many, many ways. And we don't think about it. Anthony's got an example, tea. We can turn it into these teas. Did you know this one? I'd never known this one before. Greenie, you're going right where I'm going. Fermentation. And I'm not necessarily, well, we'll discuss that. Fermentation's huge. We forget in the history of diet, the history of eating Homo sapiens, how important fermentation is. Until I've recently gotten into fermentation, I never paid attention to how important it is to our gut health. Fermentation. But here's the one that kind of blew me out. So we'll talk about that. Okay? Does this sound interesting to you guys? Is this a topic that we could, you don't mind exploring with us? How about this? How do we make mushroom ketchup? That was the one that freaked me out. Mushroom ketchup. We should all have a squirt bottle in our kitchen of mushroom ketchup. That sounds fascinating to me. We'll figure out, we'll read here, how do we do mushroom ketchup? I don't care for ketchup myself either, the tomato stuff, but maybe a mushroom ketchup would be different. In the recipe, they don't even use tomatoes. I guess we'll read that, huh? So let's start with fermentation. Actually, we're going to even start more basic. But we're going to get into that. Probably by the middle of next week, we'll be talking about all of that. Mega food medicine of the macro fungi. Whether harvested from a nearby forest or cultivated at home, the fleshy fungi of the world stand as some of the healthiest whole foods that nature provides. We do this for a reason. Like, this stuff's super healthy that we grow. You cannot grow a healthier home supplement. Even weed is not going to be good for our lungs when we consume it smoking. Right? There's going to be stuff in there that just, you probably should have put that in. There's nothing on a mushroom that you shouldn't put in. Though some species have been more researched than others, it seems that edible mushrooms are not only delicious, but they are highly nutritious and medicinal. I'm on page 143 in Radical Mycology. I'll be skipping around to a couple other sections. Just as plants span the spectrum from food to medicine, so do mushrooms, albeit with an even narrower continuum. They are a food and a medicine in one. A functional food or a mega food medicine. I've never heard that term before. I love it. They're a mega food medicine, making them not only a tasty addition to any meal, but a healing pillar for any diet. This dual nature of mushrooms was not overlooked historically. It has been in the last few hundred years here in Western civilization. But in China, the term yakuzen has long been used to refer to dishes that incorporate medicinal mushrooms. In the Middle Eastern and the Mediterranean basin, North Africa, Australia, the Kalahari, Botswana, etc., desert truffles in the genera, and it goes on to say them, have long been valued as an important and nearly sacred source of protein-rich food medicine. The use of desert truffles has been documented in ancient Egypt, Babylonia, Chinese, Japanese, Greek, Roman, Mesopotamian, and Islamic texts. They wrote about them 4,000 years ago. And their use as medicine. In these cultures, they were a valuable food source throughout the year, especially in times of drought. It means they cured them and they put them to the side for dry times and used them just like you and I do. It's hard to pinpoint. Is this interesting? Give me 5 kids in the class that say, Pops, read another paragraph. We're going to get into the food idea of it. Some of their vitamins, some of these. We have to know what we're eating, don't we? There, the kids are listening. Thank you. It is hard to pinpoint. I loved this, man. I was reading it to myself middle of last night. And I'm like, I don't pay attention to this part of it. I'm just farm. But why? It's hard to pinpoint the most nutritious aspect of gourmet mushrooms, as most provide a significant portion of the vitamins and minerals that humans need. You gourmet growers, you're killing it out there for us. Some species, such as the chanterelles, can be quite high in carotenoids, which is the precursor to vitamin A. Most other edible species are high in the B complex of vitamins, including thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, and folic acid. I feel like a frickin' doctor. The niacin content of some mushrooms can be on par with pork or beef. As much niacin in some mushrooms as there is in a piece of pork or beef. You vegetarians, there's a reason that mushrooms evolve. While the production of cyanocobalamin by fungi represents one of the only non-animal derived sources of this important precursor to B12. It's the only place you're going to get your B12. Many mushrooms also contain high levels of, I didn't know this, vitamin C and ascorbic acid, as well as ergosterol, which is a cholesterol-like compound that converts to vitamin D upon exposure to UV light. Sunlight. Boop. Here comes the vitamin D in my fruit. The vitamin D content of many mushrooms, such as reishi and shiitake, can even be intentionally increased, wait for it, by simply placing fresh or dried mushrooms in direct sunlight with their gills or pores facing up. I didn't know that because I don't grow these. I'm drying them. I'm going to put them where the gills are facing up and they get some sunlight on them. Boop, they're getting more vitamin D added to them during the curing process. That's super cool. If mushroom nutrition, that's a huge bomb to me. Right, Street? You're adding vitamin D during the drying process. Eric just called it sun-dried. I love this stuff. God, this is cool. If mushroom nutrition lacks anything, it is fat content. By dry weight, most mushrooms only contain between 0.6 and 3.1% fats, of which 70% is an unsaturated fatty acid. Boy, that's not very much fat. As high amounts of saturated fats are critical for the healthy functioning of cells, tissues, and organs, no human diet should be primarily mushroom-based. You got to get some fats in you. You're not going to get them from your shroomy dooms. Lastly, it is also noticeable that mushrooms do not produce excess free radicals anywhere in the body. In fact, mushrooms such as chanterelles are radical scavengers, helping to remove damaging ions and heavy metals from the body. Man, you're out there, you're getting that mercury poison and poisoned fish, throw a chanterelle on top. It'll remove some. No, don't eat the mercury poisoned fish in the first place, but throw the old chanterelle on top. Removes the damaging ions and heavy metals from the body. More. I'm going to read this. We're going to do a quickie on this one. Starting tomorrow, let's talk about what they call lactofermentation. Just the name alone is exciting me because it sounds so scientific. Give me 5 people that want to learn more about lactofermentation. It's a lactic acid that we're used during the fermentation process. No? This is going to be fascinating, you guys, because we're going to learn new stuff that we don't talk about this very much. But today we're going to finish up real quick. You guys made me talk about mycology today. Now I'm all excited. I'd feel better. Mushroom ketchup. Here it is real quick. And if 5 of you raise your hand, I'll post this recipe on my IG page later today. All right? Mushroom ketchup. Before tomatoes became the staple ingredient in ketchup, mushrooms were historically the primary component in this common condiment. BS. That's some bullshit. How do you say it, Badgie? I don't believe that. Mushrooms were the first ketchup, and then, come along, we'll replace them with a tomato or two. I've never heard of mushroom ketchup in my life, and now they're saying this is the OG ketchup. I lost E. Nerd says the history of ketchup is freaking amazing, is it? I'm going to post this later today because enough of you kids said to do it. MVP, I don't believe it either. I'm having a hard time with this one. Mushrooms were historically the primary component in this common condiment. If this hadn't changed, how would public perception of mushrooms be different today? That's a good question. Here's the ingredients. I'm just going to read them quick. It's the simplest thing you've ever heard of. Kimberly Bolden's going to be making mushroom ketchup tonight. I can feel it in my bones. 2 pounds of mushrooms drained and trimmed. 1/4 inch of sliced fresh ginger, peeled and minced. Ginger gnome, you got to play with it. You're going to be involved. 5 garlic cloves, minced. 1/2 cup of white distilled vinegar. An 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. 1 teaspoon of sugar. and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Done. Process. Puree the mushrooms, ginger, and garlic in small amounts in a blender or food processor until the mixture becomes paste-like. I can already taste it. Place the mix in a heavy pot and add the remaining ingredients. Simmer uncovered for 1 hour, stirring occasionally. The smell must be amazing. Pack the ketchup into sterilized jars and process in a canner for 15 minutes. Makes about 1 quart. We know how to sterilize them. We put them in our ball jars without a filter on top, and we sterilize it for 15 minutes. Boop! We've got mustard ketchup. So who's going to make mustard ketchup? I will. I volunteer. I'm going to do it. Mustard ketchup coming your way. From the Detroit Mush Lab. That sounds so easy. Easy schmeezy. So I'm going to post this mushroom ketchup. God, that sounds good. Won't we be? I know Matt's like, put it on the site. Maybe. Has anybody, let me just real quick, has anybody ever made regular ketchup this way using tomatoes instead of shrooms? Has anybody? This sounds fascinating. Let's keep learning together today. We have one more giveaway, but before we do that, see, I knew Pops would make it through the show today. Okay? I think that's gonna, I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by it. And there'll be enough there to give away plenty, right? If we do it. Anthony has made it. My ex nickname is Ketchup, Maria says. Good morning, Maria. Really? Maria, the Ketchup Queen. Nice. We'll keep talking about other ways to eat mushrooms than the ways we know of already. And fermentation, and there's so much to learn. So much that we could get going here. Okay? Let's move to the 4 agreements. Give me 10 minutes of your time. Dial back your brain. We'll all take a slow pill here. And let's just like learn a little something about our own spirituality. Domestication and the dream of the planet. So this is how he explains. It's just fascinating. Domestication, our programming. It'll take 2 or 3 days to get through that, and then he begins with the first agreement. Maria, good morning. I'm so glad everybody's given Maria a donut. Maria, when you're new here, we throw chocolate donuts at you. We dare you to dodge them, keep them from hitting you, and then by tomorrow, you start throwing them at other people. Any of your leftovers, you could throw them at anybody new. Gather up the extras, and you get to throw them at people. Okay? Maria, we don't use powdered donuts here. For Pops, it's a trigger. Okay? Pops, we don't do powdered donuts just for my sake. Domestication and the dream of the planet. I really like the way he metaphorically puts these visions together to teach me. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. You're dreaming right now in this moment. You are dreaming with your brain awake. Dreaming is the main function of the mind. And the mind dreams 24 hours a day. I had mind dreamt. I was awake dreaming all last night. That's why I look like this. It dreams when the brain is awake, and it also dreams when the brain is asleep. You're always dreaming. Period. End of story. That just accept that. We move on to the next precept of his teaching. You're always dreaming. Awake, you're dreaming. Sleeping, you're dreaming. This is foundational to the whole philosophy of the Four Agreements. The difference between the awake dream and the sleep dream is that when the brain is awake, there's a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. Oh, I can perceive it because I'm conscious. And of course, our human brain thinks of things linear by program. We're going to release ourselves from linear thinking when we break the domestication. But while we're awake, the normal human brain is thinking in terms of, I'm in a house, there's a light on, I'm reading a book. Linear thinking, but it's a dream still. When we go to sleep, we don't have that frame. And the dream has a tendency to float, to change constantly. It doesn't have its basis in a structure, a linear structure that it has when your brain's awake. Okay, that makes sense so far. I can buy that. Humans are dreaming all the time. Before we were born, before Pops was born, the whole world already had its dream built. It already had everything. The big program was already out there, even the small ones that I was going to be born into. The world was already dreaming before I got here. I just popped into the dream. Now what are they going to do with baby Pops? Well, they're going to teach him to dream right along with him, aren't they? Humans are dreaming all the time. Before we were born, the humans before us created a big outside dream that we call society's dream, or the dream of the planet, culture. The dream of the planet is the collective dream of billions of smaller personal dreams, which together create a dream of a family, a dream of a community. Oh, now we're going to dream of a city. Let's dream of a country. Let's dream of boundaries. Let's dream up money to support all of this crap. Let's dream up flags we salute and other ones we burn. Let's dream up bullets to shoot at each other because you touched my flag and you come across my border. These are the dreams that are out there. This is society's dreams. A dream of a city, a dream of a country. The dream of the planet includes all of society's rules, its beliefs, its laws, its religions, its different cultures, its different ways to be, its governments, its schools, its social events, and even its holidays. Even the holidays are agreed upon dreams. We all collectively agree. We are born with the capacity to learn how to dream. And the humans who lived before us teach us how to dream the way society dreams. The outside dream has so many rules that when a new human is born, pops in, we hook the child's attention and we introduce these rules into his or her mind. Boop, start putting those rules in there. Little baby Pops, you can't do this, don't do that. Make sure you're aware of this. This is one of the things you're supposed to, there's the brass ring I want you to chase. Start inserting, in every society, in every culture, and even every religion, I would argue. The Mormons are introducing this dream into me, and the Catholics are introducing this dream into me, and the Muslims are introducing this dream into me. And that's the religion part. Guess what the world uses to introduce these dreams into baby pops? The outside, guess what he uses? The world's smart. Uses your mom and dad. That's you and your wife, by the way. And you got kids, don't you? It's using the mom and dad first and foremost. And then it uses schools. Kindergarten. They're already teaching you in kindergarten. In kindergarten, the first thing I had to do was learn how to salute the flag. You're an American. Which automatically means somebody's not. Now that little gun, I'm a little baby boy I like to play with because it's natural. I want to shoot it at somebody. What a terrible kindergarten. Just one example of what we get indoctrinated in schools. And then guess what else teaches us? Our religions. Our religions teaches us how to dream. Attention is the ability we have to discriminate and to focus on that which we can perceive. Attention. Our brain has the ability to attend. Pay attention. I'm paying attention right now to this screen, and there's trash collecting going on outside. I can see out of my peripheral. Brock's gone by a couple of times with stuff that's moving up and down the lab over there. There's a Ruff's over in the background trying to decide where he's going to lay down, which bed he's picking. All of this stuff's going on around me. And it really is. And if I wanted to, I could focus on it. Which way do I want to? It's all going on around me, but I'm focused on what I have my attention on. Here's the neat thing. I can choose. Do you hear the trash? There he is right there. I wasn't making it up. There he is. There he is right there. Let's focus on him. I'm doing all that as an example of the next thing we're going to talk about here. Attention. Attention is the ability we have to discriminate and to focus only on that which we can perceive. Okay? We can perceive millions of things simultaneously going all around me. But using our attention, we can hold whatever we can perceive in the foreground of our mind. You guys right now, being kind all the time. Those are in the foreground of my mind. Those are what hold my attention. The adults around us hooked our attention when we were little guys, baby pops. They hooked my attention. And then they started feeding me the dream through repetition. This is the way we learned everything we know. By using our attention, we learned a whole reality, a whole dream. We learned how to behave in society. What to believe and what not to believe. You're not supposed to believe in that. Oh, that's crazy. You're absolutely supposed to believe in. We are being taught. We were being taught what is good and what is bad, based off of somebody else's value system, by the way. We were being taught what is beautiful and what is ugly. Usually we were taught we were ugly, not good enough. We walked around with that baggage till we realized we're stardust. You can't tell me I'm not beautiful. If I start out knowing I'm stardust, I don't care what the carcass looks like. That's my frickin' underwear, bro. All of this was put in, the knowledge, all these rules and concepts about how to behave in the world. Beep, boop, bleep, boop, boop, bleep. Why I like this concept is because you are completely innocent in all of your indoctrination. You are completely guilt-free. None of this is of your making or your fault. The idea that you're ugly, that wasn't of your making, your fault. The idea you're not smart enough, not good enough, all of that, not your fault. Here's the best part, because here's the mature part, the impeccable part. Once I grasp that concept, that none of that indoctrinating was my fault, now I'm responsible for all my new feelings. I got to remake myself completely in the image of stardust. So we're only halfway through this chapter about domestication and the dream of the planet. He has a lot more to say about our domestication process. But it's incontrovertibly true that we were incredibly domesticated when we were young. And our domestication continues to this day unless we recognize it and go, wait a minute. That's society trying to domesticate me some more. I'm not buying that one. Stardust doesn't buy that. Stardust doesn't play that, homie. Okay? So we'll carry on with some more of this tomorrow. Boy, I feel a lot better now. I talked about ecology and I talked about freedom from these stupid dreams that I was taught. And I still participate in some of them. I'm not pure. But boy, when I start seeing this and start understanding it and start mining into it and start practicing, you are getting free, my friends. One more giveaway here. Have we had a good day today? Give me 10 people said we've had a good day. Even though Pops I was about a 3 when I got here. I'm about an 8.5 right now. Okay? Did anybody notice that there was no background music here today? Gosh darn it, I had totally meant to play Streety's background. Wow, I just realized there's no background music today. Huh. What the heck is wrong? That shows you how bad I was feeling. Wait. Let's just do it because we have to. Darn it, Pops, what's wrong with you? Streety's done a lot of work to get us some music, and I haven't put it up here yet. I will. I promise. Okay? I didn't notice either until just now, Josh. Okay. What am I? What am I? I am proven to ruin posture, and I may cause violent behavior. What am I? I ruin posture and I cause violent behavior. I am not Stardust if I'm causing violent behavior. Kill the game. It's Mozzie's already done. Was it that easy, Mozzie? Was it that easy? Video games is the answer. I love Sandman's answer, Monopoly. I should almost give him it just because. Michaelopoly. Mozzie 03 nailed it, you guys. Kill the game. I'm going to do one more giveaway because Mozzie did that. It's video games. People think I'm a huge waste of time. I make surgeons 27% faster and 32% less error prone. Is that true? The kids that grew up playing video games that become surgeons are better surgeons? I like it. It's illegal for kids under the age of 16 to use me after midnight in South Korea. What? You little South Koreans, go to bed! What's wrong with you? Astonishingly, I improve vision. I make 25% faster at responding questions. I make people 25% faster at responding to questions, and I increase brain matter. One more thing. If you play too much of me, your mother and father will ground you forever. What am I? Video game. Mozzie, let's do a giveaway. You play too much, man. That's it. I'm grounding that. If you play too much of me, your mother and father will take the console away. Okay. Mozzie, good job. We're gonna do one more giveaway. That was too fast. That was too easy. You're getting the coolest sticker on the planet. It's coming from Sandman. You're also going to get, with affirmations, I claim my inner power. That's exactly what you do. No matter what I choose to believe or say, the universe says yes to me. Therefore, I choose only positive thoughts and words. Think about that. No matter what you do or say, the universe says yes. I'm an asshole. Yep, that's the universe. We're going to give you some asshole work. I'm Stardust. Which one do you want to be? No matter what you say, the universe always says yes. I'm sick. I don't feel good today. That was a dumb one, Pops. Man, I can't wait for going through tea. I'm going to feel better by the end of tea. The universe says yes. You're going to get a Pop 10. And you're going to get 2 grams of ODPE. Let's do that one more time. We're going to do that one more time. I don't have the box ready, but it'll be the same thing. It'll be a Pops 10 pack. And it'll be 2 grams of ODPE. This one goes to Mozzie, though. This one with that special card. That's a cool card, Mozzie. So give me your address. We're going to do one more giveaway. It's going to be a top 10. Let's just do a toppy 10, turn top 10. Best top 10 I can think of right now is going to be having to do with we always do countries. Some of you don't like it. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go here. Pear-producing countries. Top 10, go. Top 10. You guys are growing pears out all over the place in your country. Where are you? What country are you? Pear-producing countries. You're Iran. Iran's not on the list of top 10. Okay, hold on now. I'm reading them as I see them on my screen. Iran, Russia, France, Canada, Georgia, Belgium, Turkey, Mexico, I'm still looking, Finland, Chile, Spain, France, Egypt, Bangladesh, Netherlands, China, Guatemala, Taiwan, Italy, Brazil, Cuba, Paris, I haven't seen it yet. Michael Brown, DM me. Italy or France or 50 or Philippines or New Zealand or Turkey or Spain or China or Turkey or South Africa or China. Amwariki, America, no. Ireland, Ukraine, Mexico, Brazil, and Ecuador. Doctor, you can't do 3 in 1. I won't call it. Belfast, Peru, Hungary, England, Sweden. Am I caught up? No, I'm not. Let's see who else. Here it's coming. I see it coming. ALR got it. Argentina. ALR. Congratulations. Argentina is the one I picked off of the list of the pear growing countries, top 10. Number 1 is China. Number 2 is Italy. Italy grows a lot of pears. That's kind of crazy. Number 3, good old USA. Number 4, Spain. Number 5, Germany. Number 6, the Japanese love their pears. Really? Number 7, Argentina. ALR knows that. Number 8, Turkey. Number 9, France. And number 10, it looks like a goofy list because they have Turkey on here again. How could they have Turkey on here at 8 and at 10? Well, let's pretend we didn't read 10, okay? Top 9. ALR, you saw it's the same box. I'm going to send you a Pops 10-pack, 2 Grammy-Olies of ODPE, and a little card or something in there too, a sticker. So if you will get me your address, we'll send that out to you. The DetroitMushLab.com. Hey, Pops got here. He said if I could last half an hour, I'll feel great. We went full tilt, baby. Thank you for the energy you guys gave me. I mean it sincerely. Thank you. I feel a lot better. I think I'm going to try to take a nap when I can, but I'll tell you, I was like not feeling it this morning, and I feel a lot better now. Thank you all for helping me through. I hope I hope you guys had as good a day as I did here. Boy, I'm having fun talking about mycology and then spirituology. There's no such word, but we're using it here. You guys have a great day. Kim, I went the distance. I hit the tape. I'm good. Boom, chest across the finish line. Thank you all. Have a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day. And the website's out there for everybody. And my friends that are at that table with us are absolutely killing it. Everybody at that table, that website table, has been impeccable to work with. Thank you. So I'm going to scroll you guys out. Mozzie, I'll feel better. Thank you. It's all fakey. Thanks to Carlotta. Thank you, my doll. And Mike Barry Ball. And ALR and Eric. And Ego for Ecology. And Sandy. Only 99 days, bro? Gosh, that's going to go by so fast. Liddy Ladran and Greeny Tables. Thank you. And Rebel Rob and Mikey Barry Ball. And Slingy, thank you for being here. And I hope you feel better. Ira Mesh and Christina, thank you. And I lost Steve. Find it, would you please? It's always bothering me. You always seem a little lost. It's all fake. And Dr. Grizzly, thanks, Pop. First time here. Doc, come back tomorrow if you would. We're going to throw donuts at you. Okay? You missed the donut throw. We throw donuts at the new people, Dr. Grizzly. Eric and RX and Michael Brown and Sherry Buckman and City and Anthony. Thank you, bro. MVP and Slingy and Dang Baby. And Sunshine Valley and Cali. And Silly Gal, I love that name. Kimberly, I love her, period. Benny Ben, there he is. Semster, thanks for asking about me. Nat and Shasta Lady, you are sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you, Shasta. Ladran and Mike Barry Ball and Eric, glad you're home. MVP, kill it, kid. Help grow. And that, Daddy, thank you, bro. And Joe Dubes, you too. And Michael Brown and Jesus Christ in Australia. And Snuffleupagus and Eric. And Laura, have a divine day. Anthony, I lost you. And Andrew Real. Michael Brown, Jesus Christ, Nerdy. Maria Ekman. Maria, you had fun. Just admit it. You go, whoa, this is kind of a cool group. I should hit the subscribe button. I should tell a friend. Eric Page, thank you, Smarty. Michael, Mike, Mushmouth, hope you feel good. Penny Pack, love you, doll. Pops, peace. I think I'll see you guys here tomorrow. You guys make me feel better. Have a great, great day. Be kind.